Hello, welcome to this presentation of data collected on an ethnomusicology research survey. The research topic is on the role music plays in the expression of human sexual behavior among the general American population. My name is Ruth Ann Nevue. I'm a longtime musician, currently studying music therapy at Sam Houston State University, and I'm the creator of this anonymous survey. I became interested in the study of music and sexual behavior when prompted to discuss how we, as humans, came to be musical creatures, and I was encouraged to think critically about whether music has survival value. This brought natural selection into the discussion, so I decided to dive into music as a form of sexual selection. The purpose of this ethnomusicological study is to analyze the role of music in the expression of human sexual behavior among the general American population of adults aged 18 to 45 and up. The fieldwork included a brief, three-part survey of over 100 individuals using a Likert rating scale. The three sections of the survey include basic demographics, music in psychological sexual arousal, and music in physical sexual behavior. In each section, the participants were given a statement and asked to answer truthfully on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 meaning they strongly disagree with the statement, and 5 meaning they strongly agreed. No personal identifiable information was collected in order to keep the survey completely anonymous. Let's dive in. Section 1. Basic demographics and preferences. In this section, I collected data on demographics. Information included age group, gender, pronouns, race, preferred music genres, and whether or not the participants were musicians. Participants in the survey were mostly females, who totaled 67.6% of the participants. Only 25.5% were males, and 6.9% of participants were non-binary. Music and the role it plays in psychological sexual arousal. The Likert rating scale format began in this section, where participants were asked to rate a statement based on their level of agreement. A rating of 1 would mean they strongly disagree with the statement, and a rating of 5 would mean they strongly agree. Participants were given statements to relate to their thoughts and mentality toward music and their sexual attractions, and whether music played a role in their internal state of sexual arousal. In the statement on the left of the slide regarding voice and instrument timbre, differences in participant ratings were similar between agree, strongly agree, and strongly disagree. While the larger amount agrees, there is a similar number of participants who strongly disagree with the statement. However, it seems that there is an element of music that is more sexually arousing than others, evidenced by the larger percentage of the participants in this survey selecting the number 5 in the second statement. It just isn't timbre for these participants. This begs a new question. If not timbre, then what musical element appeals more sexually arousing than other musical elements to these American adults? Is it rhythm, tempo, lyrics, genre, soundscape, a combination of the elements? Or is it outside influences of popular American culture that lead one to believe music can be sexually arousing? Well, we do know that different musical elements affect our mental reactions in different ways based on our life experiences and tendencies. In a skin conductance response study back in 2015, led by Roger Dean and Freya Bales, skin conductance changes were observed while participants were listening to piano improvisations. Dean and Bales concluded that there was more mental concentration during transitional passages, evidenced by changes in skin conductance of the participants. Perhaps it is the expectations of the listeners that are either met or unmet that cause sexual arousal in an individual. This is certainly a rabbit hole that can be further explored. However, I will reserve that rabbit hole for the Easter Bunny and continue on with my presentation. In this part of the survey, participants rated questions that pertain to music and the role it plays in sexual activities toward themselves and to others. Using the same Likert rating scale format, participants were given statements and asked to rate them by how much they agreed or disagreed. I've honed in on these two statements. The first statement says, "There have been times when I've listened to music and could not stop my body from eliciting a sexual response or sexual movement. Example, dancing, sensual touch, penile erection, etc." Let's look at the larger number in this response. 26% of participants strongly disagree that they were unable to stop their body from eliciting a sexual response or movement. In the second statement, which says, I enjoy having sex when there is a steady rhythm between the other person and I. 32.7% of participants strongly agreed. Let's look at some possibilities for why that is. In a study led by Roger Dean and his colleagues, the possible co-evolution of rhythm in music and dance was explored. In this article, Dean, Freya, and Bales hypothesized that music and dance evolved together, not just as a form of sexual selection, but as a means of practicing critical survival skills such as balance, coordination, reaction time, and temporal rhythmic cognition. This could explain why participants in my survey strongly agreed that sex was enjoyable when there is a steady rhythm between sex partners. Let's have a look at these two statements. In the first statement, 41% of participants strongly agreed that they find musicians attractive. In the second statement, a larger 28.8% of participants said that there have been times when they've watched a musician play or sing and have become sexually aroused by their movements and musical production. Guy Madison and his colleagues conducted a study where they provided an equal number of male and female participants a picture of a person's face from the opposite sex that was paired with an audio recording of a musical improvisation on drums, violin, or saxophone. After the visual and audio pairing, the participants of the study were asked to rate the person in the picture on 1. Facial attractiveness, 2. Intelligence, 3. Health, and 4. Parenting skill. What they found was that MPQ, or musical performance quality, had a greater influence on women's ratings than on men's ratings. A higher MPQ resulted in higher ratings of intelligence, health, and facial attractiveness. Conclusion. There are two main points to conclude. One is that females responded more readily to this survey than did males, possibly meaning that females were more interested in the music's role in human sexual behavior. And 2, female sexual arousal is affected more by music than male. That's all for this presentation. Here is a list of bibliography and articles that I've read that helped me through this research project.